Let's face it, things are different now. Our world has become scary, confusing, and difficult to navigate. Every day we ask ourselves the question, how do we protect ourselves and the ones we love? At IceBound Cryogenics, the safe future is now. Using state-of-the-art technology, we give you a safe way to press pause on yourself until things are a little less scary. And with the IceBound Cryogenics guarantee, you can rest easy knowing that your pod will keep you in stasis until your predetermined wake date. IceBound Cryogenics. Your tomorrow, today. Hi there, welcome to IceBound Cryogenics. My name is Sarah. I am the Chief Intake Officer here. Really quick, before we get started, is it okay if I take your temperature? Okay, so I have here a contactless thermometer. I'm just going to place this there between your eyes. You'll hear a beep, and then I'll have my temperature readout and we can get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to hold this there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, let's get started then. I know you can really never be too careful these days. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go through a couple of questions that we have here on the intake form. Now this is part of partly security to make sure that what we have, what you provide with me today matches up with what we have on file. And also just to collect some basic information that we need for insurance purposes. Of course, because you are going to be in stasis for the next several years, we need to make sure that we are able to continue receiving payments. Therefore, we do go through an insurance company to make sure that if something should happen, that we would still be able to stay in business. So I'm going to go through these questions with you. Then I'm going to explain what the stasis will be like, what you can expect from the process, as well as a little bit of information about us as a company. Okay, so the first thing I need to ask is, what is your full legal name? Your name it would appear on your ID. Okay, let me just see. Okay, how do you spell the okay. Sorry, can you spell that one more time? Thank you. Okay, great. And what is your date of birth? Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Great. Perfect. Okay. Now, how did you find out about us? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, from our ad. That's perfect. It's always nice to hear that money we have spent on advertising is paying off. Great. Okay, perfect. Now, I just need a bit of information about your job. Obviously, your prior job. I'm assuming you are no longer planning on working for the next several years, since you will be incapacitated, for lack of a better word. Okay, so what was your job title? Okay, yeah. Great, okay. And what company were you working for? Oh, okay. And is that for the global? Okay, yeah, great, perfect. Was that a remote position though? Okay, and how long have you been remote? Okay, so last 5. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, okay, that should be fine. The reason that we have to ask that is because if you were not working remote or had been working in an office environment within the last 2 to 4 weeks, it might impact our ability to proceed with stasis today, only because there's still a chance of infection. And one of the things that we are mandated to do is ensure that everyone who is going under stasis
is clear of the virus. The reason for that is, of course, if we are expecting the virus to self-annihilate, it is not going to be possible if we are bringing people into the future who have that virus already contained within their bodies. So hearing that you have been working remote it's a very good sign. Okay, great. So the next thing that we need to know here is just check this. Hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, great. I would like to know what bank you use. Okay, great. Yeah, we've got a great relationship with them. That is what most of our clients bank with, so that's perfect. Okay. And do you have a direct debit set up with them for us? You filled out that paperwork? You did. Okay, great. So they're aware that they're... Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. And what is your current total savings? Okay. Okay. Any investments? Okay. Oh, you forwarded your portfolio. Okay, let me just check that here. Okay. Right, okay. Oh, okay, yes, I see that. Apologies. Must have just gotten that through. All right. So, just double checking here with my... Yeah, okay, that should be fine. Okay, yeah, that's completely fine. Yes, okay, great. So, let's see here. All right, let me just run. I'm going to run a quick, we have a calculator here that's programmed to establish exactly how many years of stasis you are covered for. So I'm just going to run that quickly here. It'll just take a couple of seconds to get a result, all right? Okay. Okay, great. Let's give that 1 minute. That should not take too long. Yeah, no, ideally, that is of course the goal for most people. I of course am very happy to be able to serve others at this time, this very scary time. I'm hoping that soon enough it will be the right time for me as well. Yes, okay, great, and we have a result here. All right, so based on the information that you have given me, it looks like you have been approved for 5 years of stasis. Is that kind of what you were imagining? Great, okay, so we will proceed with 5 years of stasis. Okay. Yeah, a lot of our clients, a lot of our clients would choose 5 years. It is probably our most cost-effective option. I do know that this is something that obviously none of us were saving for in terms of the things that you imagine yourself saving for as a small child when you're an adult. Several years in cryogenic stasis, it was not one of them, but then again, we do live in very unprecedented times. So 5 years, I'm just gonna confirm that here. This will all be on the printer, or sorry, the paperwork that I have you sign at the end. You will have to excuse me. You are my, I want to say, 4th client we've had in here today. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have a couple of quick security questions that I do need to ask for the, again, we were talking earlier about the probability of passing the virus into the future, so there are a few more questions that we are going to have to go through before I am able to send you back to the treatment room. So the first question is, have you had close contact with someone who is known to be infected with this virus anytime in the past 14 days? Okay. I want to be very clear about something. You can be completely honest about this. If you have had contact with someone, we can always put a pin in this and revisit it in another 2 weeks once you have self-isolated, so please don't feel that you need to right, of course. So how many people are in your household, or currently living in your household? It's just you. Okay. I'm very sorry to hear that. And how old was she? I'm very sorry. Apologies. I do actually, I need to ask, how did she pass? Okay, so she was infected. Okay. I'm sorry, I know this is probably very painful for you to discuss. Yeah, okay. Okay. And when was this? 2 months ago. Okay, okay. So a while has passed. Okay, and is that the primary reason why you decided to enter state? Okay, yeah. No, I completely understand. I actually made the decision for my daughter to enter stasis a couple weeks ago. So yeah, she's 6. So okay. Well, again, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm glad though that you are here and we are able to assist you today. So I'll just run you through a little bit about us, about our company. So IceBound Cryogenics is the leading cryogenic service in the country. We, to this date, have helped about, actually I have the exact number here, let me see. Yes, 12,497 people enter stasis, so you'll be 12,498. And we do actually have a survival rate of 99.8%, so it's a very high survival rate. It is the highest in the industry, and that is based on a study of over 200,000 individuals. Well, understandably, given the nature of this current environment and the speed at which we have needed to develop this technology, we of course have not tested long-term implications. However, in animal studies and laboratory settings, it has proven to be very successful, up to 10 years. So, okay. I'm just trying to see, make sure here that there is nothing else we need to fill in on this form. Oh, yes. So I am the chief intake officer for all of IceBound Cryogenics. My background is a science background. I used to work in a laboratory setting, but then when this all started, I became very interested in the application of cryogenics as a, I don't want to say a method of survival. Sounds too dark. But as a method of improving one's life, and improving one's outlook on the current situation. It is unfortunate that the cost is so prohibitive. I do find that, most of the people we have come in here are people who, like yourself, are in a financial position to afford this treatment. I wish it were something that we could offer to a wider range of people, but I like to think that there will be lots of options for getting through the next several years. Okay, so we finished all that. I'll just talk you quickly through the process. Okay, so you've selected the 5 years, which is what we agreed based on the calculator here. I want to confirm that you have removed all, I see your head is clean shaven. You've removed all body hair. Is that correct? Professionally, yeah? Okay, perfect. Oh, yes, the reason we do that. So when you are in stasis, all bodily functions are frozen. So any bodily functions will not proceed, which is why, again, we've asked you to enter with an empty stomach. So anything that is not directly related to your body, connected to your body, will of course decompose over time. So that includes your hair. It's why your nails will be trimmed prior to you entering stasis. It's why we need your stomach to be empty, and we will of course be providing a full flush of the digestive system once you have been sedated. So when you awaken, you will feel probably quite disoriented, maybe a little nauseous, maybe a little tired. These are all very common side effects that you may experience once you awaken. So the thing that I recommend is to, of course, make sure that you have, a good, maybe some saltines or something you can snack on once you wake up. Okay. Great. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad you were able to get some resources there before coming into our office today. Perfect. Okay. So what's going to happen is you will go into the other room. You'll meet with Dr. Johnston. He's our top physician here at the clinic. He is going to run through a basic physical with you, okay? So he's going to check a few of your vitals. He is going to give you an injection. Now that injection, he'll explain more about what that does, but the basic gist is it's sort of a vitamin injection to make sure that your levels aren't too low when you wake up, okay? Now what you're going to feel when you are sedated, you won't dream. When you enter stasis, you won't be aware that you are entering stasis, as you will be sedated, and you will simply go to sleep in the back office and wake up, and you'll feel like no time has passed, but it will be 2025. Okay, so once you are sedated, we will move you into your pod. That is not something that we will do before you are sedated. Your pod is quite snug, all right? However, when your 5 years is up, the pod will open before you fully awaken, so that when you do awaken, you won't feel like you're trapped inside the pod, okay? Like I said, when you do awaken, you might feel a little tired, your blood pressure might feel quite low. I want to make sure you get up slowly, that you take a minute, maybe put your feet on the ground, see how you're feeling before you stand up. Otherwise, you risk, having a fall or something, maybe bonking your head, and that's not what we want. So, once you have been placed inside your pod will be transferred back into your home. Now, we do install a generator into these pods, just in case we were to lose power at your home. Where do you live? Let me just check this coverage map there. Okay, yeah, so you do still have electricity in your, okay, great. Yeah, look, I mean, what I always tell my clients is so much changes day to day that we cannot, of course, guarantee that you will have power, which is why we have the backup generator, and that backup generator is guaranteed to last for 15 years, so you will not need it for that long, obviously. So we do have a tamper-free guarantee on all of our pods, and what that means is that if your pod experiences any sort of tampering, which it is proofed against, but say a meteor struck and your pod was damaged, what would happen is you would immediately be released from your stasis, okay? So there is no risk of you being stuck in a broken pod or awakening from stasis and not being able to escape from your pod, okay? Okay, great. So all of this information that we have collected today is being shared with Dr. Johnston, so he is going to review your file before you go back there, and he will be performing the sedation at the end of this procedure, okay? So is there any questions that you might have? Okay. Okay, yeah, let me look that up really quick here and let you know what it says. So at the moment, we don't offer an extension service. Let me just see. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. So it is just prepay. So, like I said, we will deduct the payments monthly from your account. However, because you will not be in a position to authorize any further payments beyond the 5 years, we're not in a position to extend those 5 years. So, in 5 years, should you awaken and decide you want to re-enter stasis, that is something we're happy to revisit at that point. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. Well, I'm just going to walk you through the terms and conditions. It's required that I read these out to you just so you are made aware. And at the end, I'm going to ask you to sign this document, and then if you just take a seat, then Dr. Johnson will be ready to see you in a couple minutes. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, Dr. Johnston, yeah, no, he's incredible. Yeah, he's been on the team for well, I think since the very beginning, actually, and he is the top doctor in the field when it comes to cryogenics. So we're extremely lucky to have him. Okay, so I'm just going to read you through this really quickly, and then I'm going to pass it over to you to sign. All right? Okay. So, IceBound Cryogenics accepts no responsibility for future events. Choosing to enter stasis is not a guarantee of your safety, nor future immunity to any viruses. While studies indicate that the virus will self-annihilate in the next 4 to 7 years, it is not a guarantee, and your chance of exposure is still present following stasis. By signing this document, you accept to these terms. Okay? All right, so I'll just pass this over to you. Okay. All right, so if you could just sign that for me there. Perfect, great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know what you mean. To be perfectly honest with you, I do find it very strange to still be working here with everything that's happening. I really hope we get to see each other in a few years. Thank you.
So once I put the mask up to your face, we're gonna count back from 10 to 1 together. Are you ready? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,